Let's continue designing, and we're going to edit our design, and in this video we'll finish the editing of our single page. What we're going to do now is the testimonial section. Put a circle, the ellipse, and let's get the images. These images are from random user. They are free for personal use. Just tell your client that you use a free images. They might have their own images, so it's fine. Just don't forget to tell them. Okay. And next, let's put the text, the quotation marks. I'll be using Times New Roman for the quotation. I use separate quotation so I can edit the spacing. Using your move tool to move, and then select both. And lower down the font size. Paste lorem ipsum. And for the line height, usually between from 20 to 30 points for the line height, but don't go over too much for that. Select all and then choose center align text. Since our design is mainly all in center, so it's good that we follow everything. Duplicate the quotation marks, and then on the end, let's make it smaller just for styling. And when done, group all the related layers. Get your type tool or T in your keyboard, and we're going to put the name of our fictitious customer. Any name, you can put any name here. Jeff Smith from New York. Always include the place and select the name, make it semi-bold. Alright. In Photoshop CC, you will have those red marks that keeps on appearing when you are moving your element like that red guide. Then center everything. When you're not sure if you're clicking the right layer, you hide and unhide the layer first before moving the layer, so you're not accidentally moving the wrong layer. Okay, if you're not sure. It seems our canvas is still small. We're definitely going to add more space on our canvas, but for now let's put some small buttons here because this is a rotating testimonial section. Duplicate and then arrange it select one, add, I use Alt backspace there to commit the foreground color. We're almost done with our testimonial section. The last thing that we're going to put here is the arrows, the left and right arrows. If you're not sure, turn on your guides. If you're still in the right guides. For the unimportant elements in your design, make sure they are light or subtle effect. So for the arrows, I choose lighter color, off-light color. Alright, that's our testimonial. Save them. And we need one more thing here. That's the message section. We'll put that below the testimonial. Edit the canvas size to something 4650. Let's see that. Then bring down the footer section. Let's find the testimonial in this footer. We don't need that anymore, so let's delete that. And we're going to center these three sections in the footer: the newsletter sign up, the contact us and follow us social media. Rename the groups that we needed. And let's try to center it using align horizontal centers. It seems our canvas is still small, so we're going to edit that. Add more space. Let's make it 4750 pixels. Alright, then let's select this background and duplicate it. Edit. And let's create a new group. Message. Close that group and find the title for testimonial. We're going to duplicate it, hold Alt and then drag down, move to the right layer, to the right group, and edit the name to send us a message. Highlight that and change the font style to bold italic. Choose a darker color, of course. Let's move our footer group above our message group because it's covering the footer. So turn on the guide and move up a little bit the title. Now we need the rectangle, rounded rectangle. Let's draw something here. 60, almost 44 pixels in height would be fine. And let's change the color to white. Let's add some stroke here, 1 point, and arrange it. Ctrl A and then select the align horizontal centers above in our toolbar. and we're going to enter a text here. Change the font size to 15, font style to regular, and enter your email. And group these two, duplicate it. This will be the body of the message, your message, and resize it, make it bigger, and when done, hit enter in your keyboard. It seems our canvas is still small, so let's add more space here. If it's too much, then we're going to cut it, of course. Select the footer and move it down, holding shift key, and then select this background, make it bigger. Duplicate that. This will be our button for send. Type send in caps, in capital. Change the tracking to 360. Let's resize the send button, make it bigger a little bit, and click to the thumbnail and click the align horizontal centers to center in that button. Change the color to something blue, and our font and our send text to white. And that's our message section. And let's arrange everything here. Make sure it looks good. The spacing should be something okay, not too much, because it doesn't look good if you have too much space in each section. So remember that. And for our footer, let's move it up, and then use your guide to measure the size. We're going to cut it to 4869 and just click proceed to cut. And we decreased our canvas. So that's basically our design that we're going to submit it. Let's close the panels and see our design. Let's see if we can do something here. Yes, this design is pretty basic, pretty simple. You don't need to be a Photoshop expert to do this design. Just simple experimentation and practice. Alright, and let's save it. I'll save it in PNG 8 for now. Then we're going to shrink it later. Let's save our design to number 2. This will be our second version of our design. And that's our design. Let's shrink it in the next video and we're going to submit it. See you next time.